Ruben, you take a point. How satisfied or not are you with that?
Look, we would have preferred the 3, but you know, I've been in this league a long time, and I know that Wellington's no easy place to come in and pick up points. So, look, I think performance-wise was really positive from us. I think we controlled the game for the majority. I think, we played some really good stuff in patches, probably just lacking that little bit of cutting edge in the final third. I thought, to be honest, first 5 or 10 minutes, we could have been up 2 or 3, to be honest, started really, really well. Taking those chances can really put someone to the sword. That was the difference probably between today and the match against Sydney. But again, really proud of my players. Obviously, in difficult circumstances, difficult place to come, and to put in a performance like that is a testament to the character and the quality in the group.
Having conceded, most times this season, that's meant defeat for you. How proud were you of the response and the goal that got you the point?
Yeah, look, this team, obviously, some of those losses, I keep saying it, have been very close. There's probably the majority 7 or 8 by 1 goal, and there's been moments we've gone down in the season and we keep coming back and fighting, and the spirit in the group and the togetherness in the group for me isn't even in question. You look at the last few weeks in the circumstances we're in, you'd expect a lot of people to roll over, but we've got a high quality mix of really, really good people and aspiring young professionals mixed with a few senior ones that are really setting a good example. And yes, it's a difficult time. Yes, we want to pick up more points, but it's a process, and it's going to be a very difficult season for us. We have to face that challenge head on, and we have to stay really resolute, which I thought we were today.
What was your view of the penalty incident late in the first half?
For me, it wasn't a pen. It looked a little bit soft, and I think once you go to VAR, it should be clear and obvious. It didn't look clear and obvious from where I was on the replays, but to be honest, you get sometimes like that. It went our way, which was good for a change. We had a penalty against us down at Western United and lost the game 1-0. It was never been a penalty in 100 years, but they found a way to give that one, so it's nice to get one back.
How happy are you to have Henry back? It's a pretty good finish.
Yeah, look, like I said before, when he left, for us, he was our leading goal scorer last year, leading goal involvements, leading assists. So on those metrics alone, you'd nearly go as far as saying he's probably our best player. And I think if you take Wellington's best player like Costa Barbarouses out of their team, I think would be a massive dent. So for us to play, the first 10 games also without him, 10 or 11 games without him or even more, that hurt, to be honest. It really hurt. And a lot of them tight games we needed him. But again, some of those things are out of my control, and some of those financial constraints are the reality of the situation. But to have him back, a Queenslander, top character, top pro, wants to learn, wants to get better. I think he's going at a goal nearly every 2 games since I've been at the club. So I think model-wise, we've got a way of playing that definitely suits him. So he's a big part of what we're trying to do, and we just need to bring in a few more quality ones around, and that can make all the difference.
I know you said pre-match about you might bench some of your senior players and shake things up a little bit, and also the young players. But were you delighted with the response from someone like Keegan Ellis, just setting up that goal as well?
Yeah, for sure. Look, we actually had a bit of a plan to, try and get control of the game and make it very difficult for Wellington tactically. I think we were able to do that because there was a subtle change for them in possession at the start of the second half. And then I think at that point we understood they wanted to really lock onto Jay O'Shea, and we started to move that player and create space in midfield, and we really took control of the game. So I think the plan then was to have players on the bench that can come and make a difference once we've got control. Obviously disappointing to concede the goal the way we did, something that has just been a massive issue for us, and something we need to improve. But again, with a few more senior bodies and bigger bodies and more experienced seasoned pros, you can defend your box a little bit better. So it's something we need to improve. But I think the subs, back on your question, the subs, people like Keegan, Zimmers, young Brissett, they all made a difference, and that's what we expect. Jackie Hingett was nice and positive at the end of the game, and obviously Austin Ludwig to get his senior professional debut at 27, 28 years old. Again, Queenslander, NPL Player of the Year in Queensland 2 years in a row. So someone that we feel deserves an opportunity, and it was great for him to get only a minute there at the end. But Yeah, many positives for us. Again, a lot of those young ones' performance really positive. Amenatidi's obviously underdone, but the only way to kind of get him to the level is to play him. And so 45 for him and 45 for Braz. I thought they both did a really good job. Sam Klein, young Queenslander who we've locked down long term. I thought he was probably the best midfielder on the pitch tonight. So yeah, many positives on some of those young guys. Well, funny that we were talking to him this week about he's had a couple of them. He's hit the woodwork a few weeks back with a header. Had one skied last week, should have scored. And we've been working with him on heading it back where it came from and back down towards the ground. And old habits die hard, so we'll have to get the whip out and flog him and make sure he practices for that moment. But that's what you get with young players. What I look for is how they bounce back in difficult situations. And first of all, for him to get himself, from midfield into them goal-scoring positions is a testament to his physicality and his quality of timing. The next part is execution under pressure, and that's something that comes with age.
Any more business in the transfer window before it shuts?
Yeah, we'd love there to be. It's a tricky window, and obviously, a difficult period for the club with a lot of changes on and off the pitch, and some financial constraints make it difficult. So we have to be realistic as well. But yeah, the reality is we've lost 5 or 6 players this year, and some out of our control. Benny Wallen to ACL. Harry van der Sarg obviously had some off-field issues, and he had to step away. We've lost Joey Coletti over to Japan. I think we've lost in the end 5 or 6 players, and so far we've brought in a young kid from Sydney and an NPL player from Queensland. So I think that kind of paints a picture of where we're at the moment. But we're trying to target a number 9, and we want to bring someone in that position. We feel that would be a good addition for us now, and there's probably 2 or 3 other spots we'd like to target. It all comes down to timing. It comes down to what resources we have available, and also making sure that we're not panicking in this situation. I keep saying it in-house, but also publicly, sometimes you have to suffer a little bit. There's many clubs that go through these type of transitional phases. This has been a long time coming for Brisbane, if I'm honest. We have to embrace the hardships of it. And we'll look to try and recruit and look to try and improve step by step. But someone like a Sam Klein, who we've pulled from NPL, like I say, we've pulled him out of NPL, we've given him a chance. He was on a youth development contract for the first half of the season, getting paid $100 a week, competing against $1 million players. So for him to get rewarded with a long-term professional contract and go and play the way he is a really good step in the right direction for our club.